Hi guys, it's reaction time. We've got Marty and the Bad Punch and Have Faith. So before I get onto the reaction, I want to say a massive thank you to Ray of Light. They sent me their new album. This, guys, is an outstanding album. One of the best of the year. I named it last week, I think, in my top 5 albums of the year so far. This blows me away, this album. They sent me a signed copy of the CD. Amazing stuff. Melodic hard rock at its best. Like a mix of Journey, Winger and Foreigner all in one. Amazing stuff. Check it out. Okay, Marty and the Bad Punch, Have Faith. So the new album's already out, March the 14th. And this is the new single. It says it's a ballad below the video. And Marty and the Bad Punch are Marty Punch on the guitars, Dan Byrne on the vocals, Tommy Denanda on the guitars and grand piano, Tony Franklin on the bass, and John Devine on the drums. It says here it was the actual video was filmed in the same studio that's owned by Benny Anderson of ABBA. The grand piano featured in the video is a legendary instrument where Benny played many of ABBA's iconic hits. Very cool indeed. It's quite a long ballad, this as well, but I've heard bits of the album. Amazing stuff, really is. It's a great album, so I really recommend all you guys into melodic rock, classic rock, to check it out. But this is Marty and the Bad Punch. This is Have Faith. Here we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, man. What a well-written song. Very emotional, and I think the orchestral parts are really adding that to the emotion to the song itself. But even without that, so well written, so much emotion. The guy's vocals gives everything with that. The chorus, I love the chorus, man. It's so classic sounding. By the way, I've heard other bits of this album. There's some quite heavy guitar album as well. So don't worry, you heavy rock people. You get that as well on this album. But man, I love a ballad. I just love a ballad. I always have. Even when I was, expected, I suppose, when I was growing up in the 80s to like heavy music, the ballad was always sort of, a lot of my mates veered off of the ballads. They was like, oh man, it's a ballad, I couldn't do without that. No, I was never been one of them people. I love that. And it's nice to have that on an album, it shifts the pace for a second. You get 4 or 5 songs of heaviness, a lovely ballad comes in, it just breaks it up lovely, There's nothing worse for me, well, there's a lot of things worse, but I'm not really into albums that give me the same thing for 10, 11 tracks. I don't want that. I want to be interested all the way through and not veer too far away. We don't want rap. Please don't give us rap or dance music or anything like that. We don't want that. But what we do want is a ballad and some different paced songs. This definitely gives you everything in a classic rock ballad. Emotional vocals. There's some really cool sort of bluesy, picky guitar parts from Marty himself. The band are just super tight, aren't they? It looks like the drummer couldn't make it, which must be gutting for the drummer. I've had that. I've been in a band before, and we went to record an album. We was on this compilation album way back when I was a kid, and the drummer couldn't make it, so the guitarist had to fill in. It's always gutting in it for it's not always possible. I don't think the drummer's there because it looks like he's separated, but must be gutting, especially something special as that, going into that studio and not having the drummer with you. But they've edited it quite well. It's very cool, you know what I mean? He looks like he's part of the band for sure. But the rhythm section is brilliant. The bass is quite simple and the drums are really powerful as well. So that rhythm section is keeping it together perfectly. And like I said, I love the little orchestral parts. I think that just adds to it. I went to see a bridge at live with an orchestra, and it just adds that emotion to it, and that's exactly what's happening in this song. It's a beautifully written song anyway, but to add those orchestral parts in makes it that little bit more special. Here we go for the rest, guys. Excellent stuff, man. Absolutely brilliant. Love the video as well, man. I mean, that must have been such a special thing to do. So to film in that studio, you can tell the care that's taken with that video, and yeah, brilliant stuff. Very emotional, very, very emotional. And the guitar solo just added to that emotion. Every little string bend was just perfection, you know, just to relate to that brilliant classic ballad. I think that would relate to so many people, you know, that song as well. I don't think you'd have to be even a rock fan to love that song. I think anyone into any type of music, that could come on and they'd be like, yeah, that's a great song. Surely worldwide appeal that would have, for sure. Brilliant stuff, man. Absolutely amazing. That was Marty and the Bad Punch and Have Faith. Don't forget, the album's already out. It came out in March, so pick that up. Had a few albums out now, I believe. So the perfect rock ballad. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.